The opening 30 minutes were dominated by Robbie Henshaw. He seemed to be everywhere in defence and in attack. And I think the most notable thing about Henshaw is when Ireland were, under pressure in the first 15 minutes, he was the guy to step up, and he was the one who led the charge both in attack and defence. And it's in times, of tough times where you need a player like that to stand up and to step up. And Robbie was the guy who did that at the start of the game yesterday.
Like, his performance yesterday was just, it was incredible, really. He just had so many of those kind of game-changing moments in attack. He was outstanding in the air as well, like repeatedly throughout the Six Nations. He's been brilliant in the air, putting all sorts of pressure on. So, I think he's got to be in the driving seat to be in the centre in the on that Lions tour.
I was a sceptic with Keith Earl's try, and I thought it was completely accidental, really good hands from Jack Conan until the third and fourth and fifth replay.
The type of guy from playing with Earlsy and from watching him, he never lets the team down, whether it's for Munster or Ireland, and he's one of those players that stands up on the big days, and he did again yesterday. Like, he had no right to finish that try, really, when it got, flicked back into him from Jack. And to step Johnny May, still going at full pace and put him off balance by going in, out and go out on the outside was just brilliant finish. He was running there like he was 21. So who's to say he might not travel over in the lines as well after touring before. Then Johnny puts in that brilliant kick, which somehow Hugo Keenan won in the air. Against Elliot Daly, who's outstanding in the air, I think.
With no advantage either. No,
it was just a huge play by Hugo Keenan, and he's just had like a brilliant Six Nations. Like, he could be a bolter to go to the Lions, maybe behind Stuart Hogg. I'd say Stuart Hogg is in the driving seat for 15, but by the way he's played, there's no reason why he shouldn't travel.
Another guy who got quite a lot of criticism in the last while has been Conor Murray. And bizarrely, there was a lot of talk in the media about why didn't he come on last week at all. I think he put those critics to bed. Ian, what do you think?
It was very much the kind of Conor Murray, we've come to expect. It was just one of those games where he was just on it. Like, everything he did, he executed really well. His box kicking was great. Gave the wingers chasing every chance. I thought his speed was really good. People have talked about like Craig Casey and Jameson Gibson Park, that maybe they're bringing a bit more speed to the game. I'm sure Conor's been aware of that, but his ability yesterday to get to the breakdown quickly and keep the ball moving was a huge part of why Ireland's attack was so fluid. But yeah, like, he's another guy who's definitely going to have played himself into Lions contention off the back of that performance.
Yeah, absolutely. You said moments in the game that have turned that do turn the game, and it's only little things, but little things like the stuff that Tadhg Byrne did yesterday. He was a menace. And he doesn't matter where he is, whether he's in the back row or second row, he still does exactly what he's supposed to do and does it in such a good way.
Yeah, like, everyone was talking up Itoje before the game, and effectively Tadhg did what you'd expect Itoje to do. He came up, actually, bar the start of the game, he completely outplayed him. You barely saw Itoje as the game went on. But yeah, Tadhg's ability to get over the ball, he's up there at the best in the world at it. He's coming up with consistently 2, 3, 4 turnovers a game, and like, they're big moments. And like, the difference for a team when you're winning a penalty around the halfway line and suddenly you're attacking it, attacking in the 22, and when you're as organised as Ireland are, like, every single time we seem to get into the England 40, we came away with points. And like, England actually had plenty of opportunities. They had probably 5 or 6 attacking opportunities. They came away with, I think, 3 or 6 points, in the first half for the amount of chances they had, and that takes its toll. And
other things like Byrne got a turnover after the kick receipt. He just got in he created a maul there.
That's a huge moment.
Like, it's the smarts that he has as well. It's the game understanding and to know to come around on the other side of it and create that maul. And like, they're the moments that they're so little, but they're so huge to Ireland.
I think the one of the standout comments from the commentary for me when I was watching was Michael Corcoran said that when Ireland scored the Jack Conan's try, the Irish lads were back on halfway in a huddle, talking, and clear messages obviously being sent in from you know, Conor, CJ, the leaders as Johnny was taking the kick, and the English lads were, Michael Corcoran said the English lads were just scattered everywhere. It looked like they were social distancing. And you just wonder, like, what, like, did they really, they were so far from being dialed in for that game. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, even Owen Farrell gives away that penalty where he does the extra roll and he's smiling afterwards. It's like, you know, there's a few things like that. I just think that
it's mindset, really, isn't it?
It was just a great day for Irish rugby to do that to a really good English side and make them look lost, really.
House of Rugby Ireland, here on Joe. Game changed.